files. So you'll want to come from this section, from computer. The only other section we're going to mention is the media library. First, if you already have a picture the family's provided, then you'll want to choose from the computer because you'll want to upload the photo to the site. You click select. What it'll do, it'll look a little bit different on each computer just depending on what type of brand you use. On mine, it of course pops down like this, and it's showing me the different areas I can upload the picture. So let's say that this is their picture the family sent in that they would like. I can just simply double click on that, and it's showing me right here that it's uploading the photo. And I'll just wait until it's done uploading. Okay, it's showing popped up, so it's done. So I'm going to scroll down here. And what this is showing me is I can edit the image. Let's say that the image is turned incorrectly. It's upside down. I can click edit. It's going to populate the image right here where I can see it. And I can actually use these two buttons here to turn the picture. On this particular picture, you won't be able to tell, but I'm turning it. And you can keep doing these options until it's correct. And I'm just going to make sure and click save. And that's just going to say whatever way that I'm viewing it, that it's turned, it's going to save that. So now that I've corrected anything, any mistakes that I need to correct, all of this information is just basically telling me the title, the size, nothing really I have to worry about there. Here for the title, I would prefer to put in their name. So let's say I ever want to locate their photograph for the family a couple years from now. So I could put in a name here. That'll just make it easier for me to search through the media. And we'll go over searching through the media in just a moment. I can scroll on down. Any of this I do not have to worry about here. We can leave as is. And I'm going to use as a featured image. So it's going to use the photo that I uploaded from my computer, and it's going to display here. Once you see it populate kind of in the background, you can just exit out of that. And there's your picture. Now let's say I don't care for this picture. The family doesn't want to use their picture. They'd like to use a filler photo. I'm going to remove this again. Click featured image. It's going to use the pop-up box, the same one we just used. But instead of using from my computer, I'm going to click the media library. This is where we can do the search. Obviously, you can see the newest thing I've uploaded is this picture here. But let's say I want to do just a stock image. And I would like to do flowers. I can type in flowers and search media. Instead of me scrolling through 65 pages, I can just type in a word to best describe what I'm wanting. Some of the main words that I've put in for you to search is boy or girl. I've also got Christmas, fall, nature, and there's children and kids. So here I've got popped up a search for flowers, and I can see all the pictures that pertain to flowers. Some you could search butterfly because there's a butterfly in here. Some are for man or woman, girl or boy. I want to use the purple flowers at the top here. So what I did there was each one has a link that says show. So I can't directly from here click on it as my featured image. I've got to click show, which is going to show me, of course, the section we just looked at, the edit image. These I won't have to ever edit. They're correct. I can just scroll down here and use this as my featured image. Once I see it populate in the background here, it's uploaded, I can click off of this. And I like this photo, it looks good. So the only thing left for me to make sure I do is always click update. And after that updates, I want to go back here and I want to be able to see the changes that I made, just to make sure I like how everything looks. You can see up here that's still loading, so now I'm going to refresh my browser. And what that does is it's just going to refresh it so it reads the changes that I just made. Another thing you can do is preview your changes. Let's say you haven't hit update yet, you're just not sure if this is going to look correct. You can hit preview your change. And this will pull up just a basic layout of what it's going to look like. As I can see here, it's not actually the site, but I can see exactly what this is going to look like. And this is kind of my quote here that I put in. What I've got to remember, if I do use the preview option, instead of clicking update and then checking it, I have to make sure and come back and click update. Because right here I'm previewing it, but it is not saved yet. So if I leave this page and go on and do another obituary right now, it's not going to save my information. So I've got to make sure and click update then, since I like that. And then I'll see the changes made here permanently. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to add a new obituary, which is what you'll mostly be doing on a daily basis. So instead of all obituaries, I'm going to go ahead and click add new. Another way to get to the same section is you can go up here and click add new. Here you can enter your name or your title. Here I can copy and paste text or just type it in. It's my content box. I'm going to go ahead and go directly over here to publish date. It's going to publish immediately. But she actually passed away yesterday. So I'm going to put in the 25th here and click OK. And unless she has passed away on the date that I'm updating it, I want to make sure and always edit that so that it's correct. So once I have my main obituary information here, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. This is a female. I can choose to put in the date of birth, or I can leave that blank. You can also leave birthplace, city, and state blank. It's up to you. This would probably be good for your archives in case you ever need to access it, but it's not mandatory. Veteran, no. I'm going to leave this blank because the service venue is going to be at Chastain. And I'm going to put a title in. This is an example. Put in my service date. And a second one, if needed. And then I've got my visitation venue, and then your address, and then your date and time. And of course, as you can see, it's already populated there, so I don't have to do that. Cemetery, there's no burials here, so I'm going to do that. If there was, you could of course type in the name and then make sure and put in the full address as it says here. And I'm done. This bottom content area, you do not have to worry about. I'm going to scroll back up, and the last thing I want to do is put in my picture. So I'm going to go to Set Featured Image. I'm going to go ahead and go over to Media Library because I'm going to use a stock image. And I'm going to type in nature and see if there's a photo that I want to use. And there's some sunsets here. I really like this fall trees with fall colors. I'm going to click on Use as Featured Image. And I'll see it load up over here. So I can click out of this box and click Publish. Let's say I would like to preview this before I publish it. I can click Preview. It's going to pop up there, Preview, which we'll look at in just a second. Another option is I can click Save Draft. You could use this in a situation, let's say I update an obituary, I'm just not sure about a couple items. I don't want to publish it yet until I get the correct information, but I don't want to lose all the work I've done. I can click Save Draft, come back and publish at a later date. You'll be able to see that. It won't be visible to the public until you publish it, but it will be saved in the back end of the site. So I'm going to look over at my preview, make sure I like everything. Looks good. So I'm going to click Publish. The last thing we're going to look at here is if we ever need to delete, edit, or change these comments below. So now that that's saved, on the back end of the site, the only other section we'll go over in detail today is the comments. So I can click on comments and go directly to all the comments that have been made on obituaries. All the different sections on the back end of a WordPress site look very similar. So here, looks very similar to the obituaries main page because I can search through the comments. I can type in a name of an author if needed. Obviously you can see there's 57 pages, so if I ever need to search back the archives, I can do that. Also here, like we had done before, I can click on this. It's going to show me all 3 messages from that individual. If I ever would like to unapprove an item, which what this will do is it will not delete the item, but it will take it into privacy mode where it's unapproved. So let's unapprove one item. And you'll see how the color changes. And that just means it's not visible to the public any longer. And I believe this was hers here. So we can refresh the page and you'll see that it's going to disappear. And you'll see now there's only 2 comments. If I want to go in and approve this, I can click Approve. You won't ever have to automatically do this. We've got this set up where it's going to populate immediately. When the user types in a message, it's going to automatically update. You run the risk of someone maybe writing something inappropriately. So there's always an option that we can go to approve messages. However, right now, it will update immediately. I can also go in here and click Edit. Of course, it's going to show me the name of the author, what they wrote. You can mark it as spam if needed. And the date it's published. And you will have their email address. So let's say you'd like to address this with the family, or you just got someone that's posting negative things on your site. You can actually send them a direct email, or if the family ever would like their email addresses, you can access those in the back end. There's also a section we can add to the public where they can reply back and forth. So if Carrie posts something, there's a reply button, and either the family or other family members can reply back and say a message back to their email. We don't have that set up currently, but that is an option. So here, if we wanted to trash that, I could go to Move to Trash, or we could go through here and edit. This is our content box like before. Looks a little bit more simple, but it's the same content box. And then I'm going to click Update. And that's your basic obituary and comment sections.